to another episode of the Tip for Tab podcast. I am your funny, fine, and freaky host, Lauren.thedomme. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nah. I am your funny, fine, and freaky host, Lauren.thedomme, aka the motherfucking Dom Dada. And oh my god, we've made it to another week. Is it just me, or is like time just really just flying by? Don't mind the back. We having some. I'm not gonna hold you. We've been having some technical difficulties this week. Like a lot of bullshit has been happening. Y'all know my birthday was last week or whatever, and I'm not gonna hold you. This shit, as soon as I turned 25, it was kind of like I'm not dealing with the bullshit. A lot of stuff I just been laughing at. A lot of stuff I just really haven't been giving a real fuck about. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. So, I'm just, of course, again, there's still stuff going on in my life that I'm really trying to take care of. I'm just trying to be better. But a part of me is also thinking maybe Cincinnati is really not the place for me. And I know a lot of people say that, but I'm like being so serious. When you are constantly in an environment that has hurt you, it is impossible to grow in that environment, especially when you have a hard time forgiving people as well. I'm not gonna hold you, bitch. I hold grudges to the end of fucking time. Okay, so overall, I'm just hoping that as I am getting older, things will start to get a little better, right? I did say I was trying to have a threesome for my birthday with two men, and I'm not gonna lie, that shit had me stressed. Okay, it did not happen, but that does not mean it's not going to happen. It just didn't happen that day that I really wanted to, and I'm not gonna hold you, bitch. I really hate the fact that I've literally never had sex on my birthday. I mean, like literally never had birthday sex, bitch. It's always I'm either on my period or the niggas that I want to fuck. They just get the perpet, and it was just like, bitch, I knew. But it's also been 6 months since I've actually had some dick, so at this point, I will fuck a frog. Bitch, I'll fuck around and fuck Goody 2 times just to get a little nut off. Not gonna hold you, bitch. Anyway, anyway, but no, the thing for me is I'm definitely going to have that threesome. I told myself that as I turn 25, I definitely want to start doing more things that fulfill me. And one of those things are fulfilling different fantasies and different kinks that I have. And baby, if you're not with it, then that is totally fine. I am not here to judge you, but bitch, I will say then you are not the one for me. I'm gonna just keep it a buck, bitch. If I can't eat that ass, if you're not trying to let me peg you or whatever the case is, at this point, baby, we don't have to talk, especially because a lot of you niggas be sitting here like trying to fuck me, and I just be confused on why you think it's okay to want to have sex with me, but the moment I ask for some money, you're mad. I don't get it. Like, I feel like that's probably gonna be like another topic for like another episode, but I'm starting to realize that men have this like mentality where shit is owed to them, and I don't know where the fuck or who the fuck taught them that, but I just really just don't understand. Like men think, okay, well, if I like you in this moment, then you need to like me back, or if I want to fuck you, then that means that you need to fuck me. No, it don't work like that, babes. It literally doesn't work like that. I think men just can't comprehend the fact that you're allowed to not be interested. You're allowed to not want to have sex. You're allowed to not want to lay down with you. A lot of people also need to understand that a lot of you niggas are not attractive. I'm just keep it a buck. Just because you can fuck anything with titties and kneecaps, baby, I'm not trying to fuck Flavor Flav. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. So for you to ever think that just because you want to lay down with me, I mean, look at me. I would want to lay down with me too, bitch. I be squirting and all type of shit. But that doesn't mean I am obligated to do so. Like y'all really treat sex as an obligation. I think that's why it's not fun. I'm just keeping it a buck. That's probably why it's not fun. But anyway, enough of that bullshit, okay? I'm gonna give me some dick soon. I don't know by who, where, when, how, but bitch is gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna have my threesome. I low key been wanting a threesome with another girl too, don't know if I really want to do it because I really just want to sit back and watch the girl get fucked. Y'all know I love watching people fuck. That's just what it is, bitch. I don't know what it is. I just love it. Like watching the bitch get fucked through the mattress is just so exciting to me. But anyway, that is all that I have on that. We are in a new month already. Oh my god, this shit is moving so fucking fast. But yeah, I'm just hoping that 25 brings nothing short of amazing. Okay, but now enough of that bullshit. Let's get into the shit that y'all came here for, which is not the sucking dick. Okay, so I have been seeing a lot about people basically dating outside their race and all of these things, and I'm not gonna hold you. No. I do not. Okay. I don't have a problem with you dating outside your race. Like I really don't give a fuck. Love who you love, fuck who you fuck, whatever, cool. By all means make your paper boo boo. I think the issue comes where a lot of people who date outside their race forget that 9 times out of 10 that other race doesn't like you. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I think that black and brown people, if you're gonna date outside your race, then you need to date black or brown people. If that makes sense. Like if I'm black, then bitch, and if I date outside my race, then I need to go to somebody who is a person of color. I think that's another thing that we need to get into, bitch. A lot of you motherfuckers who claim to be black, babes, you're not black. You're a person of color, but that is another topic for another day. Um, but yeah, I personally think that dating outside your race can be a little tricky, especially because we know as black people, bitch, white people don't like us. They like the shit that we can do for them. You feel me? They like the shit that they can eat off of, but they don't really like us. So the fact that y'all are wasting your time dating outside your race, or it's getting to a point where you all are pointing fingers at the pro black people, but we have to remember that these pro black people a lot of times are typically not what society would deem as worthy in a sort. Like I hate to say that, but I will get a little more into it, right? So because we're talking about dating outside your race, I wanted to get into this whole Childish Gambino and Quinta Brunson situation, right? Like I said, a lot of pro black people who are like Quinta and Childish Gambino, they're proud to be black. They do black shit. They are surrounded by black things. Now, hold up. These pro black people are also married to white people. Okay. And a lot of people will sit here and say you can't be pro black and be married to to the oppressor, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I don't know. I think that the issue comes in that people like a Childish Gambino or a Quinta, they're kind of a nerdy type where it's kind of like a lot of people don't like that. I'm not saying I don't. I personally think I have kind of like nerdish tendencies, if you will, but a lot of people who are not like considered cool won't be like black people's main um I would say like main pick for the most part, right? So it's easy for people who are into shit like Dungeons and Dragons and Goofy, like super nerd shit. A lot of black people will be like, no, like what the fuck? So why not go over here where I'm appreciated when it comes to love? I think that everybody judging these two people for being in a relationship. Oh well, supposedly Quinta just actually got divorced to a white man. And I think that's what made everybody kind of go into this uproar. And I just think it's so weird because it's like I truly believe that yes, you can be pro black while also dating outside your race. I do think it does come to a point where sometimes dating outside your race, you can be pro black, but then you end up dating a motherfucker like Raven Simone and her wife. Right? I'm not gonna lie, Raven Simone, we know she's part of the queer community, whatever the case may be. A lot of men would see her and would think she's not like the ideal partner in what society's norms are. I don't fucking know. But she is accepted in technically like a white community essentially, but it gets to a point where you see the dynamic with Raven and her wife and you'll be like, "Oh bitch, you really just like y'all aren't really compatible." And I say y'all aren't compatible because it does get to a point where I think that there are some white people who have an idea of the things that we go through, our struggles and all of this. So I applaud them for not trying to be like us, but for at least understanding, right? Because you can be white and not be racist. Like I done met some cool ass white people, right? I'm not gonna sit here and generalize all white people, even though I say I don't like white people. Y'all know which ones I'm talking about, okay? Um. So yeah, I just kind of thought it was weird, and then it also sparked other conversations that truly pissed me off, because this is why I say, like, at the end of the day, dating someone who was totally opposite of you isn't the issue. The issue truly becomes when you are part of a community and you're dating another community, but you're talking down on your said community, right? So and what I mean by that is Slim Thug basically came out and said every other race of women gives it up easy to black men, but black women make you jump through hoops. Okay? I thought that was pretty interesting because this is a conversation that men have all the time, right? Especially in regards to dating outside the race. I think the issue that people have with a Childish Gambino or a Quinta is that they can still be unapologetically them while still dating outside their race, right? They can still be in support of their community and how they grew up, or the the black struggles. I can still be a part of that while also saying, okay, I take care of black people in every other aspect, but when it comes to love, I'm not essentially accepted. So it's kind of like, okay, cool. But the thing that I see with a lot of men who date outside the race, especially black men, is y'all get up here and y'all talk down on black women. Y'all sit up here and y'all say, oh, well, you got to jump through hoops with black women, this, that, and the third. You got to think a lot of times black women are raised to kind of do things on our own. Why? Is because we're so used to not having the help, meaning we're not used to black men being well we're not used to black men sticking around for a very long time. So it's natural for us to say, hey, I don't need the help because I know eventually you're going to leave, because eventually you are going to do whatever you feel is necessary for you, right? The thing about white people, how they were raised, is they're taught from the beginning, you are a wife. You need to go to school. You need to graduate. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do all of this by the time they're 25. But also, the difference is their parents are setting them up to have a better life, right? Black people are continuously living in a state of struggle, which means we have to live in a state of survival. Okay? White people are just out here like, hey, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I need to do to get wherever the fuck I want to do. You feel me? White people have a plan with certain shit. Black people, not all, you know, I'm not gonna say all black people are like that, but the people that we may consider who act white may think like that. And I just think it's bullshit, truly. And I personally am somebody who doesn't want to date outside the race. I'm gonna keep it a bug. Uncooked meat just doesn't really satisfy me. Okay, I did kind of fuck with like a biracial, but I'm not gonna hold you. His white side kind of showed more than his black side. Bitch, I think I ended up telling y'all. Bitch, he ended up fucking when we was like, well, during the session of us fucking, he basically stopped and sparks a cigarette. Mind you, this man used to walk around with no shoes or socks on. I think that is white people shit, even though black people do it too. That's why they call them black feet ratchets. But I think it's a way to go about that shit. Okay. He just had like this dirty white boy look to him, but it was like, I know you got nigga in you. You feel me? Like I know for sure. Like I think his dad was black, or I mean, but I'm not gonna hold you. If your mama not black, then you're not black. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a fucking buck. If your daddy is black and your mama is white, and then technically you your mama's child. I'm gonna keep. Some people really not gonna like that, but I'm gonna keep it up because also it gets to a point where biracial people, I get it. Sometimes you may be too black to hang with the whites, you may be too white to hang with the blacks. I get it. But also a lot of biracial people that I meet really rely on that white side more than they really like the black side. Again, people picking and choosing when to really stand for black. It's kind of absurd. But back to Slim Thug saying that other women basically make it easier for you is exactly why I say that black men continuously be babied over the dumbest shit, right? A lot of men just because a lot of men just don't have the capacity to take care of themselves. Like the idea of having to wash my clothes every day or the idea of having to cook a meal for myself is like some of the shit that men think like, oh, like I know I'm supposed to do by myself, but it would be so much easier for a white woman to do it. And of course, again, how white women were raised, they're willing and naturally ready to do those things. But with black people, we we sit here like, baby, you got two arms, two legs, bitch. Why can't you help? Help, ho, fuck. You know, white women are like, I'll do it, babe. I'll do everything for you. I love the ground that you walk on. And black people sitting here like, help me, fuck. I don't want any of this shit. But then also it gets to a point where it's like, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna get into it. But I just think it is complete bullshit. I personally do not see the reason in dating outside your race. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Okay, a lot of people would say like, don't date somebody who's like 20 or 30 years younger than you or older than you or whatever the case is because you don't have anything in common. I truly think that black people and white people really don't have much in common. But hey, by all means, make your paper, boo boo, if it works for you. Okay. Um. Next, I wanted to get into. I don't know what's going on with all of these old ass men. Like I'm to a point where lock these men up, okay? Not only do y'all like white girls, which is crazy to me, you all like young white girls at that, right? Trick Daddy came out and says he dates 22 to 35-year-old women. He says older women need to lower their standards. What the fuck does that mean? Honestly, I know exactly what it means. It means you date younger, especially date younger white women because you know that you are able to manipulate them in some kind of way. Truly, that's what it is. And I think that a lot of you all have this fetish the same way that white women have a fetish for black men. I think that a lot of black men have a fetish for white women, and that is why they fall for a lot of goofy shit. But then also it gets to a point where it's like, bro, no matter what, white people are always going to feel superior. White people are always going to have this thought in the back of their brain like, I don't like you. And it's not because I don't like you just because you're like a terrible person. No, I don't like you because you're black. I don't like you because of your certain skin tone. So why am I sitting here wasting my time trying to date these people? Because my own race doesn't want me? Huh, okay. But then again, it gets to a point where even as a black person, if I date somebody who's a person of color, They pick and choose when the fuck they want to be down for the cause and all of that shit too, bitch. Just stick to what the fuck you know. All of this shit that black women have attitudes and black women do this. I see Latinos catch an attitude and y'all be like, "Ooh, that is so sexy." Like literally, I really start to see that other races copy black women but do it a certain way, but y'all like what the other races do because you just simply don't like black women. Like let's just keep it above. I think a lot of men also have one image of black women, and it could be how sexy red carries herself, but at the same time, it's like okay, yeah, it's a group of black women who carry themselves like that, but there's also a group of black women who carry themselves like Michelle Obama. There's also black women who carry themselves like a fucking I don't know like a Kerry Washington and all of these. There's so many other representation of black people. I'm not gonna hold you. I when I see white people, they all doing the same shit. The fact that I'm actively able to see different people and just being black, I think that's a fucking beauty. Because at the same time, you got to think white people. It's either you have super successful, you have like the farmer, you have like the grungy type dirty people, and then you have the white people who want to be black, or like the super Caucasian people who really just they stay to themselves. They're not necessarily racist, but they also is kind of like I would rather hang with the white people a little more, but I fuck with black people. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different versions of white, but there's way more different versions of black, and I think that until black people learn how to accept all, that's when we will really be able to coexist. Let me not say coexist. We'll really be able to mesh, if that makes sense. I don't even think that makes sense, but it makes sense in my brain. Hopefully, it makes sense coming out coming out my words, right? Another thing with dating outside your race, I think, are conversations surrounding shit like 50-50, right? I think it's time for people to understand that dating is very subjective, right? A lot of things in life are very subjective at the end of the day, but dating is one of them. I think that if more people understood that, hey, 50-50 is one of those things where if that works for you, then that works for you. Find somebody that it works for. If you are somebody who's like, hey, I need 100% of my bills paid, I take care of the household things, then find you somebody who is willing to do that. There is people out here who are into the different things. I just think that black people really aren't actively having these conversations, the conversations that truly matter. I think also another problem with black people is we're walking around these conversations and we're saying hints at people instead of actively asking, yo, how do you want your relationship dynamic to go? Again, white people are taught to set up the relationship dynamic. That's why a lot of them be in relationships for years, then they might move on or whatever, and then eventually get married. But at the same time, bitch, white people move on like like they fucking change draws. Like bitch, it don't matter to them. Why? Because they know at the end of the day, I am having the right conversations with the people, and eventually, yeah, I'm going to find my person. Do I have to kiss a whole bunch of frogs in order to get to the prince? Yes, of course. But black people do not want to do the work. Why? Because a lot of times we want a lot of shit handed to us. I'm gonna just keep it a bug. A lot of shit that y'all want this shit handed to you instead of actively sitting down with each person that you want to actively be in their life, right? My thing is even if you want to fuck a bitch, men can actively have a conversation about the things they want in the bedroom or the things that they don't want in the bedroom, but when it comes to outside of that, they don't know how to fucking talk, right? White people are having the conversations of, okay, if we do have kids and get married, how does that look for you, right? Meaning, how do you want to raise your kids? Do you want them to be religious? If so, what religion are we talking? Financially, how do you want to handle things? Do you want to take care of like all sports, and I take care of like miscellaneous shit, or so much do we want to take our kids to private school or public school? Like, do we push college, or is that something that we just wait for our child? Like, you literally have to actively have these type of conversations with people. Black people are not doing that. Maybe we try to figure out, oh, okay, if we together, we gonna move in and we gonna do 50-50, or are we gonna pay my bills, or this, that, and third. It's all about, a lot of black conversations are about what somebody can do for you, instead of initially having a conversation of how can we make each other's life easier. That is totally different than saying, okay, well, I need you to do this and I need you to do that. No, I'm not going to do none of that shit. Why? Because if we're coming in as a partnership, then we need to, figure it out. A lot of times, y'all think that 50-50 is really splitting the bills. No, 50-50 is like, okay, this week I buy the groceries, so can you cook? Or I cook and I you clean the dishes. Or you do like the outside stuff and I do like the inside home cleaning, whatever. That's 50-50. Okay, if I drop the kids off at school, can you pick them up? That's 50-50. All this money talk, like, literally, this is why black people continue to be in the same situation, because it's all about the same shit. But then you think that you dating outside your race is going to help you discover. No, all that is going to teach you that you need to learn how to have a conversation with the person that you actually want to be with. I'm just saying, a lot of stuff can truly be avoided if you just had the fucking conversation. Simple. Again, I don't see the reason in dating outside your race is kind of pointless as fuck, because eventually, if you are dating outside the race, 9 times out of 10, white people are going to do some damaging shit, unless they are like one of those people who, who aren't trying too hard to be black, right? They respect our culture. They try to do things to elevate our culture because they understand that, hey, my fucking superiors are fucking terrible. They understand that. So if you date somebody like that, okay, cool. Like, if you was to date somebody like Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy, right? Her name is Ellen something. She has a black husband. Okay, she is somebody who, she's not like, oh yeah, I'm down with the bitches and the hoes. Like, she's not on some like Malibu Most Wanted shit. She's like, I stand in who I am and as a white person, but I understand that my husband is black, my children are black, and it's important for me to learn their culture, learn their struggles, not to kind of try to um not to learn it to really, like, throw it in our face or anything goofy like that. It's really to understand, so we know how to operate, so I know what to teach my kids or how to teach my kids when it comes to their culture, whatever. I think that is totally different, and that can be different with Childish Gambino's wife or even Quinta's ex-husband. I think that some white people out here appreciate black people and appreciate the things that we do, but then there are some people who literally hate us because essentially they want our lives, they want our lips or our skin tone, and they want the fact that our skin literally stays young forever. Like, some people just have this like jealousy thing when it comes to black people, and it really shows eventually, especially when you're dating. um and I say that because there was a situation that happened. His name is Jordan Henning. He was caught on camera basically murdering his black wife 4 times after her birthday party. In the video, it is seen that the gun jams. He walks into the kitchen, clears it, comes back, and basically shoots her again. He spits on her body. Um, and just really just does some horrifying ass shit. And I think the most important thing of this is he was not found guilty of murder. He was get first degree manslaughter and I believe 20 years in jail. Honestly, if you ask me, that's not enough time. And I bring that story up simply because I have a fear with a lot of white people. It's just that fear because you never know. Like deep down inside, they may have a slithering type of hate for you, and a part of you will be sitting there confused, like, well, why would they hate me? Like I literally, I'm cool. I'm part of the squad, whatever. Maybe they hate you because simple. You're black. You're everything that technically white people want to be. But because white people elevate in other ways, I think that that's why they will always think they are superior. But in reality, if black people really started to show up more and be more secure in not only themselves but the environments that they're in and all of these things, I really think that we will be able to take over. Truly, I'm going to admit, white people, they continuously do things that help each other, no matter what it is. Bitch, you could be gay, you could be fucking an alien, bitch. It don't matter. You're a Caucasian. 9 times out of 10, you got the blueprint. I'm just keep it buck. If you are white and you're like broke and stressed out and all of this shit, baby, you have done life wrong. I'm gonna just keep it about. You have done life wrong. Okay, but but at the same time, black people are actually more superior than we actually know, and black white people can kind of sense that, and that's why they really hate us. They know that at the end of the day, yes, you all have the control to be behind the scenes and kind of puppet master everything, but truly, black people is what keeps this world running, essentially. Like when you really think about it, what culture does white people have besides leeching off of black people and turning it into fucking bullshit? I'm just keeping it a bug. And plus, who the fuck wants to lay down with uncooked meat? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I used to watch white porn, right? And sometimes I'd be looking at the coochies and I'd be like, it just don't look good. It don't look good. And then like the dick be looking like a fucking naked mole rat just wandering around. Like I don't know, babe. Like like I just really don't get it. And it's not meant for me to get because again, dating is subjective. You do what works for you. If you think that dating outside your race is what's best, cool. But also dating outside your race doesn't mean that you have the right to talk down on black people. Literally, a lot of black men will get on the internet and be like, "I don't like black women. They're manly and they look like monkeys." Like, oh, there, Chester. Like you're really fooling right now. And I truly say I hear more negativity come from black men than I do black women. Am I saying that black women don't talk down on black men when they dance outside the race? No, I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is I personally hear more men than I do women. Beat me up, whatever, fuck. Anyway, that's really all that I have for the tip for tat this week. I just kind of wanted to really highlight the fact that yes, dating is subjective, and yes, you can date who you want and do whatever floats your fucking boat. But I think that we, as black people, need to start being more cautious when it comes to these white people. I'm not gonna hold you. I just really can't trust nobody who burns in the sun like super quickly. And I'm not saying like I don't know. I just can't trust nobody who would literally go fucking tanning just to be darker. Like I just really don't understand it. Like you don't want to be black, but you do all of the shit to look black. And you do all the shit to be surrounded by our culture and all of this, but you technically don't want to stand with us when we're going through shit, or you technically just you don't give a fuck about our real struggles. You give a fuck about the shit that we can do for you, and I feel like that's why a lot of white people be going after black people because at the end of the day, they want to eat off our swag, they want to eat off our plate, they want to eat off off the creativity because they know at the end of the day, half of the shit that goes on in this world would not happen if it wasn't for black people. I'm gonna just keep it above. And half of the shit that was created in this world was actually created by black people, but they will never tell you that. Why? Because white people don't have the capacity to give credit when credit is truly due. All they know is lie, steal, lie, steal, lie, and steal, lie, and put their name on shit that don't even fucking matter. Okay? Now, like I said, that is really all that I have for the tip for tat this week. Course, we're going to dive more into like the people of color and white people basically benefiting off of black people. I just kind of wanted to talk about literally you and your partner, you black, your partner is white. It just don't. I mean, it can mesh well sometimes, but I just think we need to hold off on all the biracial people because all the biracial people are really showing that. You know what? I'm not gonna hold you. One thing that I peeped is that again, biracial people really pick and choose when to be black and when to be white. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like there was a situation on TikTok where a bunch of biracial men got up on the internet and basically was like, I don't like when women wear like the liner around the lips, like when they do a lip combo. And a part of me sat there and I was like, okay, that makes sense because that's a preference, whatever. But then I really started thinking, like, hold on, because in the video, all the other shit that they were naming, it was giving like, oh, I don't like the shit that dark skinned black women do, right? Like, and I, and I feel like that's definitely another conversation too. A lot of these men who date outside their race, they say like, oh yeah, like I like black women, but you date literally biracials or light skinned. A lot of times, I'm not even gonna say it's racism. It has a lot to do with colorism. I'm not gonna say every situation is like that, but for the most part, people can't fathom being with a dark skinned person. Why? Because it reminds you of slavery, which is crazy as fuck to me. But it's just don't do it. But if you gonna do it, I wish you the best. Okay. Again, by all means, make a paper boo boo. But mm-mm. And again, I can't say that I've been in a relationship, so I've actually never dated anyone who was white. Like I said, I had that one experience with the one dude. I'm still stuck on the fact, bitch, why the fuck would you light up a cigarette after we fucking? Are you good? Like, I would have preferred you to smoke a black, and I fucking hate black and mouse. But bitch, I definitely would prefer a black than a fucking cigarette. Once you start smoking cigarettes and all of that shit, yeah, I don't get down like that. Mm-mm. And I'm not saying that black people can't smoke cigarettes. It's just one of those things where if you already look like the white boy trying to be black with the dreads, because I don't think they're called locks when they're in white people's heads. So them dreads and all of that shit that you had going on, baby, mm-mm. It's giving Adam Sandler when he was in Hot Chick and he was like a Jamaican or whatever, baby. No, baby, no. I'm just not here for it. Okay, just stick to your race, stick to what you know, stick to what you do. Okay. Um, but before we get out of here, I of course have to leave you all with a sleeper of the week. Okay. If you are new here, welcome. Hey. And if you've made it this far, thanks. Hey. Sleepers are basically just music that you may or may not have heard recently, or it could be even old shit. Okay. So this week we are getting into Wiz Khalifa's new album, The Cushion Orange Juice 2, I believe. And he has a new song on there. I'm not gonna lie, the album is pretty decent. Not gonna hold you. I think that it's pretty cool that Wiz Khalifa is kind of, you know, getting really back out there. I'm not gonna hold you either. Wiz Khalifa is fine. Like that skinny man. I just know that dick big. Wiz, if you like plus size girlies, I know I'm not like super healthy or whatever, but I got like the fat arm, so that means like I can cook a little bit, you know. But you be on some vegan shit, like you live out in Cali and shit. I mean, we can get high, you feel me? But I gotta feel that dick. I know that dick big. But no. Okay. But Wiz Khalifa dropped a song featuring Gunna called Five Star, and I'm not gonna lie, I love the song down. Okay, shout out to my cousin. He's the one who actually played the song for me, cause I hadn't fully listened to the Wiz Khalifa album at that time, and once I heard that song, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just listen to the album, and I fucks with it. So shout out to Wiz Khalifa and shout out to Gunna, baby. Regardless of what anybody say, I'm gonna keep it 100. I am forever gonna bump Gunna as long as y'all play R. Kelly. I'm gonna forever bump Gunna, baby, because if in my mind, Gunna ain't doing nothing wrong. Gunna stood on business. And personally, if I was the CEO of a company, I technically would say, hey, do what the fuck y'all need to do to get the fuck up out of here and go make us some money. And that's what the fuck Gunna did. I'm gonna just keep it a bug. He went out there, made that man some money while he was in jail. He held it down. Brian Steele got his ass up through. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, all this rat talk and all of this shit, baby, y'all hang with rapists and abusers, but you draw the line at being a rat. Hmm. Black people are just so interesting. I tell you. But no, that is all that I have for you this week. Thank you to my first and my last time listeners. Please remember to always be humble, be gracious, and be open. I will see y'all at the top because the bottom is just too fucking crowded. I gotta get up there. Okay. Bye.